Hi guys, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I'm participating in a challenge, and this is the first time I'm participating in this crafted 3 ways challenge. I was so excited when I found out about this challenge because this is so much fun and I have ideas for a few months already. With that being said, you guys, let me talk to you a little bit about the hosts. So the hosts for this challenge are, according to Kat, amazing, love her. And then the second one is Coffee with My Sunshine. She's another DIYer that I have been watching for a long time, and both of these ladies, let me tell you guys, they're amazing. Their DIYs are so simple, clean, but beautiful. Oh my goodness, they inspire me, these two. I love these two DIYers, so I was really excited to see that they are hosting this month together, and this is the month I'm starting to do collabs, so I'm really excited. With that being said, let me show you my crafted 3 ways item. And so for this month, it's this fabric. Look how gorgeous this is. And I got this fabric at Joann Fabrics, and this is just, how many inches is this? This is like 13 inches, so a quarter of a yard. I did not want much, and I bought this. You know how like Joann Fabrics has that area where it has sale items? And so that is where I went to get this one. It's just, I love coffee, and my other channel is called Coffee with Nadia. So I was like, this is so perfect, and I love coffee themed everywhere. I had like for 10 years, I had coffee themed kitchen. No, I lie, for like 15 years. Seriously, I still kind of have a few coffee items in my kitchen. It's just such a nice, clean theme that matches every season. You just, spruce it up. Anyway, so this is my crafted 3 ways, and to see what I came up with, stay tuned. For my first project, I'm going to grab this clear Dollar Tree plate, and I wanted to make it into a cookie plate, so when I'm drinking my tea or coffee, I have somewhere to put cookies on. And I thought this would be so perfect, so I chose this cappuccino cup that I like to be in the middle and just cut a square out. The next thing you want to do is turn your plate upside down, so you're working on the outside of the plate, and put it on something. I raised mine up with this little pink Dollar Tree container. After that, I am putting a thin layer of Mod Podge all over the outside of the plate. Now I'm grabbing my fabric and I'm putting the print facing towards the inside of the plate, and then just putting a nice thick layer of Mod Podge on the outside. After I made sure that my plate was fully covered with Mod Podge, I put it aside to dry for a few hours. And now to finish off my plate, I just grabbed my scissors and just cut off the excess all around the plate. For this project, I'm going to be using an embroidery hoop, and if I had a wooden one on hand, I would have not painted it at all, but because I had this really bright orange one, I did give it 2 coats of white paint and let it dry completely before working on the project. When I chose the image that I wanted, I did put it on the lower portion of my hoop. I also cut off all the excess. I left about 1/2 inch all around the circumference. And by the way, I did not paint the inside loop. You don't need to, because that is going to be covered up by the excess fabric. Now I'm just hot gluing that excess fabric to the inside of the hoop. Now it's time to decorate. I'm grabbing these white florals that are left over from a previous project, and I will be decorating the top portion of my hoop. The white florals I did get at the Dollar Tree a long time ago, but they are still there. It's one of those things that basically it doesn't leave Dollar Tree. And of course, to play along with my florals, I am going to get some greenery in there, and that is also left over from a previous project, so I'm using what I have on hand. For the illusion that all my greenery and my florals are hanging over the hoop, I did face them all down. So as I'm working on my project, I'm working from the top, middle, and towards the bottom of the hoop. For my bow, I'm using a gross grain 1-inch thick white ribbon that I got on eBay. And I'm just making a simple bow. I'm pinching it in the middle and just tying it together with a tiny little white ribbon. To prevent the ribbon from fraying, I do like to singe it. I grab my ribbon about 1 inch from the edge and I fold it in half. This makes it really easy to control the edge of the ribbon. I then very quickly just singe the edges, going back and forth quite quickly through the flame. And I do like using a tea light because a tea light is very light and very easy to control it. I turn it on, I singe, I turn it off. With a lighter, you could have a little less control because the flame is much stronger. Now I'm just attaching the bow to the top of my hoop. For this next project, I wanted a picture frame that said tea time. Instead of just cutting out the cup that I wanted, I needed it to be stronger so there is no fraying when I'm cutting it out. So I just grabbed a piece of white paper and I'm Mod Podging it to the mug, as you see it right here. And then I'm going to cut it out and Mod Podge the other side of the fabric so it's completely glued and attached to the paper, and this way it can dry easily because you have the paper behind there, and you can also cut it out really easily. I'm super glad I used this technique because now my little cup is nice and dry and I can cut it out with ease, especially with that handle part where there's a little triangle and the oval. And of course, Leo had to say hi to everyone. And here I'm just using my craft knife to cut out the inside of the handle, and it was so easy and no fraying, no problems. This was just so incredibly easy. I absolutely love this technique and will definitely be using it in the future again. I'm using this Dollar Tree picture frame, which is 3.5 by 5, and I'm giving it 3 coats of white paint to make sure that gold is nice and covered. For the background, I had this soft green printing paper in hand, so I cut off the excess and I'm just going to be using letter stencils to put time at the bottom. I wanted to make sure that the word time was nicely spaced at the bottom, and that's what you see right now on the paper at the bottom. Is I spaced my letters 1 inch apart, and I'm just using my stencil to kind of match the letters, and even like the tip, the T, it's going to be facing up. But you know, you do what you want to do. I just wanted to kind of bring the whole thing together. I outlined my letters in a permanent brown marker, then I colored it with a regular brown marker, and then to give my letters a little bit of more of a dimension, I grabbed a black marker and just made streaks throughout the letters. I attached my cup to the paper with good old-fashioned Elmer's glue. Took me back to my school days a little bit. I haven't used this in a while. And then I cleaned the glass and put the picture together. When I put the picture together, I felt like something was missing. So I decided to do a little dry brushing of this dark brown. And I just went very softly, very lightly, and used a little piece of paper towel, and just kind of every time I brushed, I used the paper towel to soften it up. To decorate, I used some of my leftover greenery, and I'm sorry that the bottom part is not in my screen. So I just took 2 pieces of greenery, put it at the bottom, and met them in the middle, and I did the same thing on top. To decorate the top center of the picture frame, I just used a 1/2 inch white bow and I cinched the edges. I'm sorry, this part is off screen. And then for the bottom part, I just hot glued 3 white little flowers that are left over from the previous project, and I actually used them in the DIY before this one. What did you think of my crafted 3-way DIYs? I think they turned out absolutely cute and beautiful and simple, that you guys can do with any type of fabric, any similar type of print, and hopefully you guys got inspired and got some ideas from this video. With that being said, please check out the hosts for this channel, which are, according to Kat, and Coffee with My Sunshine. Her name is Casey. Also, there will be a playlist to everyone participating in this challenge, which is absolutely cool. You just press on that little link and you see everyone who are participating. Just let it play. That's what I do. I let it play and I craft, you know, my next project, which is absolutely fun. So please do subscribe and like this video. That does help me. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!